In this video, I will show you examples of death notices in the newspapers and what you might find in these notices. And then I will show you how to find some of these newspaper articles. In this death notice, it states that Henry Whitney died on Wednesday, November 4th. The newspaper date was the year 1868. Henry Whitney died the 4th of November, 1868. This obituary for Charles W. Sawyer is wonderful. It gives his birth as May 3rd, 1825. It then gives his death date as May 31st, 1902. Always read through the whole article because further down it gives the year he married, which was 1846, and he married Miss Clarissa Gridley. This was an interesting death announcement. George Mcgonagall was the name of the young man. It doesn't say when he died, but the newspaper date was March 6, 1903. He died sometime before this date. It was likely sometime during the 2 weeks prior. They also did not give his birth date, but it says he was 24 years old. Subtracting 24 from 1903 means that he was born about 1879. I searched Library of Congress newspaper and found this interesting article. Arthur Seaver was left with $5 from his father's will. He contested it, and it appears he won and received more of his father's money. From this newspaper article, we learned that Arthur Seaver's father died before 1921. It would take a little more research to find Arthur Seaver's father's name and the actual date, but this gives us an approximate date for his father's death, which would have been before 1921. This was a very sad article that I found through the Library of Congress. Little Harry Hunt was 3.5 years old and found strychnine tablets at his grandparents' home and took some. He died about a half hour after taking the strychnine. The article was on Tuesday, July 12th, and this happened on Saturday, so little Harry Hunt died on Saturday, July 9th, 1921. This is a death announcement obituary for a distant cousin of mine. This was found on Family Search. Most of the obituaries will come up as hints on Family Search. Seeing some of the articles is interesting, but the question is, how do we find these articles? I will now show you a few resources to help you research newspapers. The Library of Congress has lots of newspapers digitized. A new way to search them has made it much easier to search these digitized records. It's called the Newspaper Navigator. I want to show you how this Newspaper Navigator works. They do have, as you see here, they have a demo. You can watch this. It's 15 minutes long. I want to just show you really quickly a very quick overview of it. I did Kephart, that's one of my family names. I do a search, and these are the names that come up, the articles that come up. I clicked on this one and it says info, so I click here and it tells me basically what it's about. I can download the image. I can view this full issue, so I'm going to do that. And when you go down here, you can kind of look and glance, and you're looking for that image. And I didn't see it here, and then you can go down here and it says go to the next. There's 2 images of this issue, and so you can keep looking, and we'll see if I can find it. There it is right there. So then I can click on that page, and I can scroll up to make it larger so I can read the article. Anyways, that's the basics of that navigator. Very simple, very easy. Let me go back here again. I just typed in Newspaper Navigator and it came up. Let me go back here. It's actually news/navigator.labs.local.gov. Anyways, just do Newspaper Navigator. Much easier. I will now show you how to combine newspaper information from LDS, Genealogy, and WorldCat. This will help you find newspapers online or who has physical copies or microfilm copies of the newspapers. Okay, if you go to ldsgenealogy.com, you can come down here and it says how to find an obituary for your ancestor. If you'll click on that, then you can go to this newspaper directory. They tell you other ways, but I want to show you this one. Newspaper directory, and it gives you the different states. I'm going to go to Kentucky. Okay, and then it gives down here, these are statewide newspapers. These are by the county. I clicked on Barron County because that's where my family is from, some of my family. And down here they list some of the newspapers. So I'm going to do the Barron County Progress. I'm going to click copy that, and I'm going to go over here and you go to worldcat.com, and I'm going to put in that newspaper and I'm going to search everything. And it says Barron County Progress. So if I click on that, then it comes down here and it tells me right here, University of Kentucky Libraries is the only place that has that. And it's in a journal, magazine, newspaper format. So you're probably going to have to go, I don't know if they physically have the newspapers and you look through them, but it's probably on microfilm. So that is where you would go. Let's go back over here. Let's try this one, this Cave City Progress. Okay, and we will type in that and I can get rid of the period and search. Let's see what we get on this one. There's the newspaper. Okay, and it's at the University of Kentucky Libraries like the other one, but it's also at Western Kentucky University in Bowling Green. Again, journal, magazine, newspaper format, and it tells me how far it is from where I live currently. Anyways, if you take these newspapers and you can type them in and see who has them and where you might have to go to actually physically see them. Now if we go back here, it tells you here's this one, and this one's online. This one says it's online, and this tells you it's from Genealogy Gophers. This one's on Ancestry. Now Ancestry is a paid site. This one's Genealogy Bank. Again, it is online and it's a paid site. Some of these though are on Family Search, and I'm going to show you how to search in Family Search. Here's newspapers.com online. Now newspapers.com, I get confused, but I think that one is through Ancestry. So maybe these ones are free. No, because here it says Newspapers Online Obituary Index. Anyways, go through this, see what you can find. Let me just go back real quick. Keep going back. We did this newspapers directory here. This is U.S. newspaper directory. Oh, same thing. Brings you to this. Anyways, I hope you enjoy that. Have fun searching this way to find newspapers. Okay, I'm going to show you how to use Family Search to look for newspapers. Generally, they come up as hints. Most of them come from Genealogy Bank, but let me show you. Do search records, and if you just start in news, and that's all I'm going to put in is just news. We come down and we see that we have newspapers from California, Hawaii, newspaper obituaries, and this is what I wanted to show you here is so you can do the different states and do newspapers, or you can type in obituaries. But we have Genealogy Bank newspaper, historic newspapers, and you notice there's two of these. So you can click on those, and then you can type in a name here. Anyways, pretty simple, but that's how I found a lot of those other articles, was looking through this news genealogy bank and finding names and searching that way. All right, I want to put in a plug for newspapers.com. This is done by Ancestry. I said something in one of the previous videos. I wasn't sure, but it is. Anyway, so I'm just going to type in my Kephart name again. And it comes up and it tells me how many matches I have for Kephart. And here's how many I have in Pennsylvania, in Iowa, and Kansas, and California, and show more. So the different states, how many hits I have on that. And if you want to give it a try, they do have a start free trial, and then you have to have a subscription for this. Anyways, if you want to look at this, you can go to newspapers.com. Okay, one more source that you might want to check for newspapers. Again, it is a subscription, but Newspaper Archives. So you can come down here, and I did Kephart and discover your family, and it gives me the results down here. This is 11,409 on the front page. This is how many obituaries and general matches. And then you can start your free trial if you want to try this out. And this one actually tells you how much. Oh, anyways, $19.95 a month. But these newspapers, you could probably spend all day long reading them and finding information. Anyways, have fun searching the newspapers. I hope you find some great finds. Happy hunting!